Chinese garden. A private landscape containing the literate's imagination within boundaries. It is written as Zhiyuan, a Chinese character. How can we approach and construct the meaning? Let's disassemble it. It's composed by a footstep, a sun, and a mountain. A long time is passing as the sun goes from east to west. People goes through a long trip on the mountain to the faraway place. When we frame the faraway in a courtyard, it is the Chinese garden. Another Chinese character Gua, the country, also be constructed in this way. Buildings, roads, and landscape inside all point to it being the city. A sphere for the soldiers to defend the country, the people. All these elements indicate the meaning of a country. So in this context, the frame becomes a territory. A territory, a courtyard, a door, a surrounding, or a mouth. The meaning of the frame changes according to the elements inside, which creates a powerful diversity in Chinese language. Pavements can form their own language too. It is a basic element containing different sign classes in architectural language. If we look carefully at the pavements in the Prada Foundation, trains, trees, indicating a suburban location around the city. Used to support and damp the load of trains, the railway ties are of no value after the abandonment of the factory. When a factory turned into an art foundation, OMA transformed these salvaged railroad ties, cut into uniform square pieces, and repaved them on the plaza and pathways. The pavements placed outdoor are exposed to the sky. Nature controls its transformation over time. The cracks following its original material feature growth rings, enlarged during rain and intense heat by sunshine, imprinting the trace of time. In the gallery, the same material is solidified by resin finishing. Time appears to be locked when it was cut and surface treatment. Now let's move to the central of Milan. Dominioni and Francesco Somani designed an overwhelming organic space in Galleria Strasburgo. Movement of human and vehicle are smoother when we speed up the time. All the individual tracks are defined by the roadway, pathway, and certain traffic rules. The boundary defines the form of pavement. The interwoven lines show the process of making the form. Sophisticated mosaics artwork together with the curved wall and sinuous ceiling trigger vertigo and astonishment feeling. Chromatic mosaics pieces reveal how the pattern is made and indicate the fine craftsmanship of the pavement. From certain distance, we can't detect each pieces, but only notice the richness of space produced by the whole pavement. By suggesting a process of self-formation, it forms a distinctive regional vocabulary under the context that permeates the pedestrian's perception. Just like language, through the appropriate process of fragmentation and combination of the characters, the designers can make the diverse cultural contexts self-explaining. The wood paver outdoor is a typical form of the pavement, which leads it to Li sign. But due to the significant changes of the individual wood paver, we can identify the singularity of each piece. This individual quality is brought by time, and the sign pole poetically goes to token, or sin sign, which is secondness. The object pole of the outdoor wood paver also shifts between two sign classes, it first recognized by similarity with the stone paver, but it also indexed to the historical usage of this material, and also refers to the abolished railroad wood ties, which further contains more meaning in this site and period. In the interpretant pole, by reading this fruitful and well-thought material, we can understand certain artistic value is occurring through this broken and aged material, which leads to this object to argument. Inside the golden building, the wood paver mainly contributes to the spatial effect, which means it is in tone or quasi-sign pole, stay on firstness. In the object pole, it refers to stone paver by similarity, and the indexicality of this object is limited due to the main contribution is creating spatial effect and continuity between spaces. So it stays on icon. In the interpretation pole, it triggers emotional effects more than anything else, which leads it to rhyme. The pavement of Galleria Strasburgo catches people's eye almost of a sudden. Together with other elements in this fluid space, the material is of prime interest, which leads to tone or quasi-sign. From far, we can't detect the pieces of each chromatic mosaic, but only notice them as lines intertwined, which is more like a religious painting decorated in church. When going closer, the detail of mosaics reveal how the pattern is made and indicate the fine craftsmanship of the pavement. So in object pole, this pavement stays on index. This object varies on interpretant pole through different beholders. Without understanding the relationship between pavement and other elements of the space, the most direct reaction for children is walking following the curved line playfully. It stays on DC sign, which triggers action. For the designers, due to the clear logic of the production of the space, the argument, and the legitimizing of the form is the most important thing to understand. So for professionals, the interpretation pole stays on argument.